Good morning and welcome to Purging Customization with Disciple 3D. I'm your host, Disciple 3D. On behalf of myself and 6S1, I wanted to thank you for checking out the product and give you a little bit of an overview on how to create virtually any color that you want as far as a texture, a glowing emission setting for the suit, or an emission setting for the mask. We'll be accomplishing this through the use of hierarchical material poses, which I'm going to show you how to create right now. So jumping into the product, we have two items with the base product, the mask and the suit. Before we get too far along, I do want to mention that the suit is actually a geoshell suit. This is kind of relevant in how we work with it to create the hierarchical material settings and as far as selection goes. So just wanted to mention that up front. By default, we have a black texture on here with a bit of gray trim. And just so you know what we're dealing with here, it's essentially just a Uber shader with these set up, as well as normal maps and bump maps. To create our variations of color, we're not going to even be bothering with the texture map. We're just going to change the material settings. So in this way we can get literally as many colors as you can imagine or find on the color wheel, a color selector, as far as options for the suit. So to get started, we'll start with the suit. There are a couple folders in the suit folder, bright and muted. There are options in each that come with the product without the need to buy the expansion, which basically is just a ton of pre-made hierarchical material options. We'll start with the muted red, and the actual easiest way to begin the process of creating your own colors is actually to use the preset, because a number of things happen. I'll illustrate what those are so you can do it without using our preset to start building from if you'd like to. In the Surfaces tab, let's ensure that from the hamburger menu we have Display Selected Items Only checked. We'll select all of the surfaces on the Purging bodysuit, and we're going to look for Diffuse Overlay Color. Really, if you apply our provided preset here, hierarchical material for Purging Suit Muted Red, all you really have to do is to open this up and select a different color of your choice. It's really as simple as that. You'll note that the lighter the color, sometimes there's a tendency for the seams to get lost. And if we want to see the seams a little bit more, essentially these settings are diffuse overlay color is overpowering your texture map. So to lessen that effect, you can just adjust the diffuse overlay weight. Stuff on the lower end of the scale is going to make a darker color and allow you to see the seams a bit more. And if you want to blow out the seams altogether and just have a color without seeing the texture through it, obviously the upper end of that. But let's go back. Let's say that we want to take this, we just want to have a green version. And suppose we just want to save that suit material. We don't want the mask. We don't want to save any materials for Genesis, of course. With the Genesis selected, I'm going to turn her off just because I want the thumbnail not to show her. With Genesis selected, I'm going to create a hierarchical material by clicking the add button here. Hierarchical material preset. I'm just going to name it muted green. All we need to do here is uncheck anything we don't want to affect with this preset. Since this is just the bodysuit, we're going to have just that selected. Okay. And let's see if it works. We'll go back to the default. And what do you know? It works like a charm. So let's say we want to make just exactly this color translate over to the mask. While we have the suit selected, we'll go down to the diffuse color overlay color, and we'll just pull this into one of the add custom colors. This one happened to be up here, but let's say we're something customized. We'll just pull it into the add custom color so we can reference it when we're on the mask. Click on the mask. On the mask, all we need to have selected under the surfaces is chords. And again, we're looking for the emissive color in this case. And because it's down here, we'll just grab it. And there you go. And we want to save this time the H material for the mask with Genesis 8 again selected. We'll follow this process one more time. Unchecking everything that we don't want to affect. Now let's see if it works. Oh, and by the way, hierarchical materials don't require that you actually have a particular item selected. You could have, let's see if you can have nothing selected. I'm not sure about that. I know you can just have the, okay, you have to have something selected. But let's say we had the bodysuit selected. I'm just curious here. Oh, it worked. What do you know? So as long as you have an item in the scene selected, you can affect the mask. Now let's see if our green material works. It does, and what do you know? So there you have it. Let's say that we did not want to start with an example. Let's return everything back to the default material. Let's say we want to do a combo setting. Actually, first let's just do the suit. Let's just do a custom suit without using the starting example. So starting just from the suit, again, making sure display selected items only is ticked. This just saves you a lot of scrolling. With all the materials selected, we're going to look in this area, and so you don't see a diffuse overlay color, which is a problem. To make it appear, you just start messing with the overlay weight, and you'll see, boom, it pops up. So that's kind of a cool gray color there. Let's say I want a darker one. I'm just going to grab this one, and yeah, same process as before, only now we have done it from scratch, and we want to see the trim. We're on the left side of the scale, the lower end of the scale. We don't want to see the trim. We're on the upper end of the scale. Basically, it's just about playing around. Now there are other areas you can change the look of the suit as well. We won't get into those. It's really just for you to have fun with. This will get you all the color variations you can dream up. I don't know why you would want the mask to glow with the gray, but you could always do that if you so desired. And now, interesting right here. Okay, so this is a good teachable moment. So notice that when I applied the gray emission color, it came off as kind of yellow, and that's down to the emission temperature and possibly even the luminance. So let's look at the the mask is, let's give it 6500 for each and make sure that those two match, the suit and the mask. Okay, now we'll go to the suit and we'll look at our emission color, which we probably don't have because we're not emitting. Let's see here. Glossy, glossy, glossy. Okay, yeah, so now it matches. The suit temperature, emission temperature matches, and the mask emission temperature of the cords matches. Oh, so if you want the emissive glow to affect the mask, you have to have it selected. If you just want it to affect the cords, you just have those selected. So yeah, pretty straightforward. So let's say I want to save both of these as a duo setting. So if I just click one preset, it'll change the mask and the suit to match. Just have Genesis selected once again. And I think I'm gonna go with her invisible. Click on I don't know if gray really glows, but you get the idea. Both of those are checked, so it's going to affect both. So we throw this on. And there you have it. Works like a champ. I hope this tutorial has been helpful, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun with the Purging mask and bodysuit. Until next time, on behalf of myself and 6S1, I am Disciple3D, signing off.